Let's use the Ctrl+Alt+F combination without using the Ctrl+Alt+F combination. Let me show you what I mean. So many times when we are, well, I was going to say troubleshooting, but it's not always all about troubleshooting. But sometimes you need that virtual terminal, right? And what do? We do Ctrl+Alt+F3, Ctrl+Alt+F4, and all of that. And that's fine, that's great. It's a very useful and a great resource to have. But sometimes the keyboard combination does not work. Sometimes the keyboard combination does not work because keyboard issues, incompatibility issues, remote session issues. So sometimes the actual keyboard combination does not work. But you need that virtual terminal, okay? How do you work this out? Well, we have three commands. You have this one here, which is chvt, okay? So chvt is the first one. And this is going to allow us to open new virtual terminals without using the keyboard combination. So if I do sudo chvt3, this is going to do the same thing that would happen if I did the Ctrl+Alt+F3. So I'm going to log in, student, and whatever user, and I'm here. I can do whatever I would like. I can open another one, login, and we are good to go. Very, very useful and a great tool to have. Now, if I want to go back to my original one, chvt, and it was number 2, and I'm back on number 2, okay? So to go back to the original one, I don't need root access, but to go to the newly open ones, you need root access, okay? Now, well, that will be just it, but let me tell you about two other tools. The other one is the blah blah. I don't even know how to pronunciate this. Deallocate virtual consoles. Okay, so this is going to deallocate. It's going to release virtual terminals that are not in use. Okay, and the other one, if I go back to the main page of the deallocate, you have the openvt command. Okay, you have this guy here, openvt. So the openvt command allows us to run commands on newly opened virtual terminals. Okay, so for example, I have here some commands that are ready. So if I do this, it's going to do run a command. Let's say terminal 5 here, and it's going to run the command, and I'm going to force the command to be run, and it's the uname command. So basically, it's not very visible, but you see there it says Linux. So basically, it executed the uname command on terminal 5 on a new open terminal 5, and now it logged out. Okay. So I will log in now. So I'm trying my best not to use the keyboard combinations, and I can go to chvt, the original chvt2. But now we have a problem. Okay. You have terminal 3, terminal 4, and terminal 5 open. Okay. So if I go to openvt is a very simple command, but so hella useful. Okay. So I have multiple sessions open. Okay, that I need to close off. So how do I close off sessions that I don't need? So let's go back to the openvt. Let's go back to 3. So 3 is open, and how do I terminate this? Well, instinct tells me I can do Ctrl+D. Okay, and now it's logged off. It's safe. But how do I go back to terminal 2? I cannot use a keyboard combination. Remember, I cannot use a keyboard combination. So how do I go back to number 2? That's a problem, right? So student. Okay. So how do I go back to my chvt2? I do this, right? But now this is open. How do I close off open sessions? If I hit Ctrl+D to log out, or the exit command to log out, how do I go back to number 2? I need to type the command, right? So this is how I do it. Maybe it's not the best way, but it works. So for me, it's fine. I go back to this guy here. Okay. And I'm going to say number 3, for example. Okay. And I'm going to type the exit command to see what happens. Okay. And I am back here. So this is not ideal because now I have to retype. And it's not ideal. So let's do something crazier. Okay. So let's do OpenVT session 3. Let's do something like this. So let's go back to the OpenVT command and see what the C does. So the C does what? Let's see. Let's start. It starts. It's console number. Okay. No, not the C. I'm stupid. The S. This. Okay. So this is the exec. The exec. So if I remove that command now I'm going to use the keyboard combination just these ones to confirm. It's logged out. Now it's safe. Well, it's not the cleanest, but it works. So if this is the command I just cooked, this just works. In theory, you can put here any command. So I'm going to use the keyboard combination just this once to confirm, and all the sessions are completely closed off. And I am back to the original one. So basically, without the extra steps, we just open a new one. What we have to do. Go back to the one we were at and just close off number 5. This is not the kind of the intended purpose of this, but it works. It works for me. It should work for you, and everything's closed off, and we are completely safe. So we have checked 3 commands. The OpenVT. Let's check the command history right now. So we have checked the OpenVT, the CHVT, and the deadlock, whatever, thingy-majiggy. So the main one would be CHVT. This allows us to change the foreground sessions. We can actually open new sessions though that we would open with the keyboard combination. Let me show you just the -V. Okay, and everything is okay. So if I do the who, as you can see, we have only TTY2. So if I go back to session 3, for example, I log in. And I go back to my original one. If I go to the who now, where is it? I just typed it. Jeez. I don't know. You can see you have TTY3 there. So if you want to get rid of that, you just do this command I just cooked. You do who, and it's closed off. So you only have the one it's in actual use. So I find this very useful. I use this all the time. I thought I would share with you guys. So go and explore a little bit more these commands, the OpenVT and its brothers. Let me know if you have any extra tips for us or the rest of the community. Like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers, guys.